10,000 subscribers. Actually, at the time of recording this, we are now over 12,000, which is absolutely insane. That is a huge milestone for any YouTuber. I usually try not to focus on numbers regarding social media, but I was really proud of this one. I always told myself I would do a LEGO room tour after hitting that number, so here we are. Let's get into it. I've gotten a lot of questions over the years about where I build my MOCs, how I organize my LEGO parts, and even what kind of camera equipment I use. So I'll try to answer most of those in this video. Full disclosure, this is not some massive studio space. My wife and I live in a 1-bedroom plus a den apartment, and this is technically the den, but it's really just an office. Still, I feel super lucky to be able to use this space as my LEGO studio, and our apartment is actually surprisingly very affordable. And hey, something that doesn't get talked about enough in the LEGO community is money. Money can be kind of taboo to talk about, but I kind of want to change that in this video. I want to be transparent, so I'll include the cost of some of the things in this room, where I got them, and how I kind of afford this hobby. I am currently 28, I have a salary, no kids, no house, and my car is fully paid off, so I don't have a lot of big expenses. That gives me a little extra money to spend on LEGO when I want to. And the truth is, I actually don't buy a lot of LEGO anymore. Sets are usually way too expensive, so I save a lot of my LEGO budget for buying parts or minifigures off of Bricklink for my MOCs. One other thing I want to emphasize before we get into all the details, this room, this parts collection, my storage, my equipment, none of this happened overnight. Honestly, it's a lot like this YouTube channel. I did not wake up one morning with 10,000 or now 12,000 subscribers. It was slow, it took time. My LEGO collection grew as my channel grew. I've also been collecting LEGO since I was 5 and I'm now 28. That's a lot of LEGO accumulation over the years. I'll try to link as many of the items I use, like storage bins, in the description of this video. Starting over here on the left, we've got my desk. Fun fact, my grandpa actually made this desk for me, so it didn't cost anything. And the cool part, it has a built-in chess and cribbage board. I love chess, I'm trying to teach my wife chess, and my wife is still trying to convince me to get into cribbage. I'm still TBD on cribbage. The computer is a 24-inch iMac. I got this years ago as a Christmas present. I split the cost with my family, so I ended up paying about $450 for it. I edit all my videos on this Mac. It's been a solid computer for me. There's also a microphone setup here that I use to record all of my videos. I got that microphone off of Amazon for $75. All of my videos are scripted. I write them all out right here. I record them, I edit them. I also do some sketching at this desk. I've got my sketchbook here where I've been working on some ideas for my Rogue One series. So hey, here's a little sneak peek at some upcoming MOCs. Behind the door, I've got a signed Fernando Torres poster that still needs a frame. I grew up playing competitive soccer, and Torres was one of my all-time favorite players as a kid. Next up, let's check on some of the artwork in the room. It's still a work in progress. I definitely want to add a lot more posters and artwork. Every painting you see in here is by my dad. He's an artist too. He does a lot of really awesome abstract artwork. Moving along, here's a bookshelf I've had since I was a kid. It still works perfectly, so why get rid of it, you know? You don't always need new stuff. It's always good to repurpose old furniture and storage items. I'm still using bins that I've had since I was a little kid. I've got a bunch of little trinkets on here. Most of it is gifts from family, friends, or my wife. A quick highlight, this was an awesome gift from my wife. When I first started this channel, she printed and framed some of the positive comments I got. It's one of those things that keeps me motivated when I'm making videos. She also got me this tiny little paw print from our cat Loki. More books down here, nothing too crazy. Over on the ground is some of my camera equipment. Just a basic ring light. It's kind of broken now. My wife actually bought this one, so I'm not sure how much it was, but you can definitely find these for pretty cheap. I mostly just use it to light my MOC when I'm taking videos at my desk. I've also got a few tripods here. This really nice one was a gift from my father-in-law. I looked it up and I'm pretty sure it costs around $115. Pro tip, if you can, I highly recommend investing in a good tripod up front. Cheap ones tend to break. I've had 2 break on me, and so you'll just end up spending more to replace them. So I highly recommend just buying a nice one to begin with. Here's another painting from my dad, a little plush Totoro, and a Lego Space Kitty that my wife and I built together. And finally, we've made it to the Lego bins, which is why I'm sure most people are here. Most of the bins I use are Tough Store or Acro Mills branded. I bought majority of these like years ago for about $30 each. They've definitely gotten more expensive, sometimes double that now, which kinda sucks. This first bin has all of my smaller wedge plates, curved bricks, and some larger modified plates. Next to that, I've got my cheese slopes, other various slopes, and smaller wedge pieces. I always organize by part first, then color. For colors, if I have the space, I like to organize them by like warmer tones like reds, yellows, oranges go together, light and dark bluish grays always go together, black and whites, blues and greens, and then tans, browns, and nougat colors together. This system works really well for me. You'll see the same pattern across my entire collection. Next bin stores my studs, round plates and tiles, smaller dish pieces, and all my jumper plates. Right now I'm working on my Rogue One mock series, so I've got this book for inspiration, and I've been getting all my minifigs ready. Playing with minifigures definitely helps keep me motivated to build. Next up, I've got my bags of flower pieces, more studs, and small animals like fish, frogs, owls, dogs. I just shove them in this little cubby. Above that, I've got my various modified bricks with studs and headlight bricks. Below that, I've got minifig weapons and accessories like bows, swords, Lego branded weapons, and brick arm weapons. Printed and non-printed shields, minifigure armor and accessories, also printed tiles like 1x1, 1x2, 2x2, and rounded tiles. Moving on, I've got bags, boxes, crates, minifigure luggage, food pieces, dishes, plates, mugs. I have such a soft spot for minifigure food and dishes. I am constantly wanting to buy more. These drawers have some building decor and statues, and the last 4 large drawers are just various modified bricks. Over to the right, I've got flags, round cylindrical bricks, Technic pieces, more greeble parts, macaroni tubes, gears, cylinders, bowls, pots. Down below, I've got a lot of greeble parts, small details like bars, roller skates, candlesticks, horns, gems, binoculars, and droid parts. At the bottom, I've got some light and dark bluish gray plates. I'm not trying to get too caught in the details here, going over every single Lego piece I have. I feel like that would be super boring, so I'm kind of trying to go through all of these quickly while still giving you an idea of like where I have my parts and what kind of parts I have. Moving on, I've kind of got my smaller plant pieces like flowers, stems, vines, eggs. Again, not going to go over every single piece. Below that, I've got my grill and ingot tiles, and then my fence pieces and 1x4 bricks organized by color. Up here, I've got some pick-a-brick cups blocking this hole. It's for my cat. She did get stuck down there one time, so I had to block it up. She loves climbing up here while I build. Cats love being up high, so I set my bins up in a way like kind of like stairs where she can easily jump up and be up high. This is why kind of my bins might look a little bit wonky, because it's for my cat. I much prefer my cat up high watching me build versus on my desk knocking over all my Lego pieces. The next wall has my 1x1, 1x2, 1x3, and 1x8 plates in various colors. Again, no need to go through them all. Quick note, these desks are from IKEA. They're very cheap. I've had them forever. They work fine. They're really easy to move with. They're like really lightweight, easy to take apart. So it has been nice for me because I've moved a lot recently. I do also like to build on a white space. It makes building easier, and it's great for taking videos of my mocks. The only downside of these desks is that they're a bit skinny, so large mocks are really hard to build on them. This storage piece here, I believe is also from IKEA. My mom was giving it away for free. It holds my windscreen pieces, inverted slopes, and Duplo bricks for when my niece and nephew are over. Moving on to the next wall, this bin stores my brackets, clips, snot bricks, modified bricks with studs, and some small slopes and rounded slopes. I still need to build or part out a few unopened sets up here. I had a gift card to Best Buy, so I did use it to buy some Lego. Nowadays, when I do buy sets, it's usually because I have a gift card. These pink bins are full of stuff from MOCs I still need to take apart. Behind the bins is another painting from my dad. This one's actually one of my all-time favorites. Here's a stuffed animal from my wife, and other random Lego things I need to take apart or I'm just storing for a future MOC. Here is my UCS Slave 1. I got this for my 21st birthday. This was my first and only UCS set I've ever had, and the one set I'll probably never take apart. And then this was a gift for my 24th birthday. Obviously, I am a Hufflepuff. Moving down below, I've got my tiles, rounded tiles, leftover slopes, and inverted slopes. I've also got some inverted tiles. Below that, plates by part and color, 2x2, 2x3, 2x4, 2x6 plates. Next, I've got my bulk 1x2, 1x3, 1x4, and 1x6 plates. Lastly, I've got my bulk 1x2, 1x3, and most of my masonry bricks. This side of the desk is where I build my Lego MOCs, so I keep the most used parts close. It's all about efficiency. The less running around I'm doing, the more I'm building. Quick stop here though before we move on to the final wall. This contraption is how I film overhead shots. The phone goes in, I swing it over, you get your shot. I got this on Amazon for around $75, I believe. It might have been $80. Under the desk, I have a lot of my larger plates organized by color. I also have my large wedge plates, minifigure torsos, legs, and all my Star Wars minifigures. I'm not going to go over all my minifigures and minifigure parts in this video, but if you want a separate video where maybe I go more in depth about my minifigure collection, let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll make that. I've got some chunks of my landscape from my Lego clone base that I still need to part out. I've just been lazy. Taking apart Lego landscapes is one of the most tedious, boring things to do. It's relaxing, but it's tedious. I've got more large plates organized by size and color in these bins. I don't love these bins. They're not the easiest to use. I definitely want to get more bins on my walls that I can put some of these parts into. Here is my Cyberpunk cube frame from, I think it was the last Cyberpunk MOC I've actually made. That was kind of a while ago. I've got my Black Falcon army here. I can't wait to use these in a castle MOC. Hopefully I'll get around to that in the next year. This is a large bin from Amazon. I got this for about $50 at the time. It holds a lot of my filler bricks, round bricks, large wedges, tall bricks, panels, support pieces, and big printed or stickered pieces. Next, I've got my Guardians of the Galaxy ship up here. I think I got this for my 24th birthday? Jeez, I don't even remember. I'm not even sure if this one's called the Milano, but I just call it the Milano. I know the blue one is called the Milano. This is where I keep more of my smaller knickknacks. My cat can't mess with them up here. And here's another painting from my dad, another really cool one. On the right side, this is the only other Lego set on display, and it's not even fully built anymore. I don't even know what this one's called. The funny thing is I don't build any castle MOCs, but like the castle Lego sets that Lego makes, I feel like are the coolest ones to display. Here is my Cloud City MOC that I just built. It looks awesome, still fully built. Of course I have to test out the play features, see if they're still working. I keep my cameras up here. I do need a new camera. Right now I have a Nikon D500, but it's a little broken. It was never perfect to begin with. It's not I don't think it's really meant to like take photos of Legos and take videos. It's definitely more for like nature photography and videos. If anyone has any good camera recommendations for like taking videos and pictures of Lego, let me know down in the comments because I honestly need some recommendations. Because my camera just isn't really doing it anymore. The Fujifilm camera is just for fun when I'm on trips or with friends and family. This one cost me $50 at a used camera store. I should also say the Nikon D500 was my mom's old camera, so I'm not sure how much she paid for that when she originally got it. But the pictures this Fujifilm camera takes are really cool. They give like early 2000s vibes, so it's a fun camera to kind of take around and mess around with. In the bin behind Cloud City, I have my dish pieces, bar pieces, window frames, and all my arch bricks. Next to that, I've got action pieces like fire, car parts, larger slopes, and wedges. This is my sticker storage. I've got my small sheets up front, then medium, then large. I don't put stickers on any of my LEGO sets when I buy them. I always save my stickers for my MOCs. In these drawers are parts I don't have room for yet in the rest of my collection. I also keep my rare colors in these drawers, like my old grays, my sand red, sand purple, and newer colors like medium tan and reddish orange. In this next drawer, I've got more random parts like bigger animals, crates, stickered elements, and large tubes. This is also where I keep my lighting, like my Light My Bricks and EL wire. The Light My Bricks are obviously from Light My Bricks. They actually sent me all of these lights years ago, so I didn't pay for these. And the EL wire is from Amazon, and it's super cheap on Amazon. The Toolbench is also from Amazon. I feel like all of this stuff comes from Amazon. I never shop at Amazon, so it's just weird that all of this stuff is from Amazon. I had a $200 gift card to Amazon from work, and that's exactly what this Toolbench costs, so I kind of was a shot in the dark. I'm like, cool, maybe it'll work for LEGO. I don't love it. I think I've had it for about like 2.5 years. I eventually want to replace it. It doesn't have as much storage as I hoped, and I don't know, it just, I thought I would like the look of it more, and I don't really. I feel like I could just replace it with just like regular IKEA shelves, and that would be a lot more useful and look nicer. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend buying this Toolbench. Under here though, I've got a lot more camera gear. I've got my wife's sewing machine. It's just a bunch of more just random storage. This is also where I just keep a few more bins, like my smaller bins for my Technic pins and small axles. I've also got my wheels, all my Speed Champion, car stuff, Bionicle. I also have large plant pieces, big ugly rock pieces, more wedge plates in this bin, more smaller plants I have in bulk. This is also where I keep the rest of my minifigure parts like helmets, hair, heads. I love minifigures, so if you want a more in-depth video about all my minifigure parts, let me know down in the comments. Lastly, my light box is stored under the Toolbench. I got it off Amazon for $100. I will link that in the description as well. And that's the tour. Thanks so much for watching, and honestly, a huge thank you for helping this channel hit over 12,000 subscribers. It still feels surreal saying that. I really, really appreciate it. I've got a lot more coming to the channel, more builds, more MOCs, more behind the scenes like this. Stay creative, everybody, and keep on building.